It truly is such a fun place to spend a Saturday morning with your family. The farmers market takes place the second Saturday of each month. Now, here's a question for you. Do you have an old piece of furniture in your home or your garage that is just screaming to be refurbished? If so, you'll want to pay close attention to this week's Drab to Fab by Betenbough Homes. Lori Morrow is our guest today. She's with Philosophy Furniture, and you have some great ideas for a do-it-yourself approach. But I love the story about how you got into all this.
Yeah, my husband and I got married 2.5 years ago, and so we were merging households of furniture, and so we were having to let go oodles and scads of items, and there was just a few things that I really wanted to hold on to. But the only way to make it work between our two styles of furnishings was for me to redo them. So I began to Google, and I came up with this paint that everybody was just raving about and how great it was and easy it was, and there was no sanding or priming or stripping, and I thought, well, it can't be that good. I mean, seriously, right. You can't just paint it on whatever it exists. And so I just got a little sample, and I found an old table that I was going to toss anyway, and I tried it, and it worked great. And so I did another table and another table, and then eventually several more tables, and then my younger daughter graduated from high school, and I thought, you know, nobody around here sells this. This might be a fun thing for me to do now that my mommy days are kind of behind me. This might be a fun little side project for me, and it has turned out to be just so much fun because it's so easy.
I love that, because nobody wants to put the manpower to, you know, scrape and sand. So tell me a little bit about these paints, because you use these on everything. In fact, you did this just this morning.
Yes, I did, just to make a point how easy it is. It started out like this. This frame started out just like this about 6 o'clock this morning. Went downstairs before breakfast while coffee's heating up and threw a coat of paint on it, let it dry 10-15 minutes, and then used this sealer, one coat of the sheer and then a coat of the black, and so it's nice and antiqued, brand new, turquoise. Pop it out on the table and you're good to go.
I love that. So this is the paint color, then you've got the sealer, and then you go back in with this and kind of you add in the detail.
Yes, you just take a regular bristle brush, especially with all the details. The bristle's good to kind of get down in there.
I love this. This was a table that you pulled out the drawer to make like a console.
Yes.
But you didn't want to throw the drawer away, so put some feet on the bottom.
Yes, we
and
did.
made this a
dog bed.
I love that.
So I added some feet so it'll sit nice and flat, changed the knobs out, and painted it with these particular products so that you could see how easy it is for yourself, and so could they, to see that it really isn't difficult at all to do some work that makes it look all complicated.
I love that. I love the little knobs. Okay, so you're going to show me how to distress this. And this is just a wet kind of cheesecloth?
Yes, it is. Just a little bit. You can use a soap, you can use a sponge from underneath your sink in the kitchen. You can use a wet rag as long as it's just a little bit damp. This particular paint is called CC Caldwell's, and she formulated it for this purpose.
It really is just scraping off.
It really is just washing off. And so after it's dry, you can take the wet rag and on the raised edges or corners or whatever, details, just wipe it back with a damp rag, and it will reveal whatever's underneath, whether it's the original finish of the furniture or if you've coated it with a base coat of paint to get a different color, to get a contrasting color maybe peeking through there. And that's really all it takes. You don't need to get your husband to load up the electric sander. You don't have to do that. You just have to wipe it off, and it's really
very
nice.
Cool. Lori, thanks so much. Okay, Philosophy Furniture, Rambling Gypsy's Boutique and Salon in Odessa. If you want any of the products or some workshops, some information, and at Found Furnishings on Andrews Highway in Midland.
That is correct.
This is so fun.
Yeah, thank you.
You're with us today.